channel of communication, 7 C's of communication, and the relevant references about this topic. So, taking the introduction, when we are talking about the role of communication in the organizations, it has a great relevance, as I have already discussed in my previous lecture, and we need to directly move on in the action modes to get others to behave in the desired fashion when we are communicating in our organization, and we have to achieve the coordinated action as well. So, as far as the organizational point of view is concerned, it is the systematic sharing of information plus this interpersonal side with the focus on interpersonal relations between the people in the organization. And the flow of the communication is very important when we are flowing our communication from top to the bottom and from bottom to the top. That is an important concern in the organization, especially in the case of the business communication. So, the level and flow of communication persist in the organizations in the different ways. That may be in the form of formal communication and the informal communication. Obviously, when we are talking about the formal communication, we have a certain hierarchy in the organization where we have a certain designated people. For example, if I am talking about the general manager sales and the deputy general manager sales, further we have a managers in the different portfolios. While they are communicating with each other, they are communicating formally, right, and the direction of communication, the flow of communication is absolutely the downward or the upward. Okay. So, in the next lecture we will be discuss all these types of formal and informal communication in detail, but it is very important before that we have to understand the 7 C's of communication. Yes, the effectiveness of the 7 C's of communication is very much required when we are talking about the whole C's module, whole C's fundamental in the field of communication. So, these 7 C's of communications are as follows, as that appears on your screen also. The first is the candidness, second one is the completeness, third one is the clarity, fourth one is the conciseness, fifth one is the concreteness, sixth one is the correctness, and the last but not the least is the courtesy. So, taking one by one, we will discuss about the whole 7 C's of communication. Here the first one is the candidness. Yes, the first C of communication is candidness. So, here candid means how sincerely we are performing and communicating with others. Yes, that is important, that how honestly whatever message we are conveying to the person in the organization or somewhere else, how sincerely we are performing and communicating the message with the other people. And the major principle should be the fairness to self. Yes, we should be very fair to the self also and to others involved in the situation. For example, frankly speaking, so that indicates, ये क्या indicate करता है? It is an attempt to be candid, yes, open hearted and sincere. So, that gives you a value when we are honestly conveying certain things to the peer groups, to the friends, to the relatives or to the business organization, to our boss, to our immediate boss. So, candidness is the prerequisite in the effective communication. This is the first C. Then second C of communication is the completeness. Of course, the communication should be complete in any manner. So, here completeness means the message should be complete either in the case of communication, general communication, or in the case of the business communication, because it is very much required, right. And a message is complete only when it contains all the facts that the receivers needs for the feedback. Yes, we require certain feedback when the receivers are analyzing whole the message, right, and that requires 3 major elements to check about the completeness of the effective communication, and these are as follows. The first is that inclusion of all necessary information. Yes, that is required. A complete message answers the 5 W questions. Yes, who, what, when, where and why. Yes, to whom I want to convey my message, what matters I have to convey in the my message, when I have to convey, yes, this time is important, where, yes, to at what place I want to convey my message and why. There are certain reasons to communicate with the people, right. So, for example, to order some goods, if you are ordering some goods in the case of the business communication, that make clear what you want and when you need it, to whom and where it is to be sent. That is important, that to whom and where it is to be sent and how payment will be made. That is important in the case of the business communication. That requires all necessary information in the form of who, what, when, where and why. Then second area of concern is inclusion of answers to all questions. Yes, a complete message includes whether business communication or general communication answers to all possible questions stated and implied. So, whatever questions are there, we have to give answers to all questions. We cannot pending any questions without answer. That is also important in the case of the completeness. Then do not remove anything whenever you are answering a query about your message. Yes, sometimes what happens if we do not know the answer of that question, right, we are removing that questions. No, do not do it. Try to complete the answer to that particular question. So, that is the fundamental of this completeness. Then third concern is we have to include of something extra when desirable. So, a complete message includes something more than the answers to specific questions. Yes, there are certain specific questions asked in the interviews, just for example, but if you know more something about that particular question, so you can give the extra information to the interviewer, right, and you cannot hesitate yourself, right, because that brings yourself to show your knowledge about the particular topic, right. So, the principle of completeness requires to provide the answers of all possible questions could be raised and the additional information too, that is important. Then next C of the effective communication is the clarity. Yes, another important aspect of effective communication, and especially in the case of face to face interactions, we need to be clear. Okay, so clarity requires the use of accurate and familiar words with proper rise and fall of your voice. Yes, I am rising the fall of my voice and I am just downing the fall of my voice. That is important, and the spoken language consists of simple words and the short sentences. Yes, that appears in my lecture also, that I have used only the simple sentences to make more clear about the topic to you people, right. So, that is important. Next important C of effective communication is the conciseness. Yes, in every communication we need briefness. Yes, the brevity is an important factor, and one should not ignore the repetitiveness of the this paragraphs etc. while we are speaking something. So, a concise communication saves time and expense for both the sender and the receiver, and of course, there are certain principles of conciseness also, and the principle has following three conditions. So, the first is that you have to remove wordy expressions, and it is an art of writing and expressions without changing the meaning and make the statements in word one conciseness. So, use single word. For example, This wordy statement is due to the fact that, yes, it is a very long statement, only we have to use only the one simple word instead of it, that is because, that is the concise form of the communication. So, the communication is as much as concise as much as it is effective, but it takes practice, it takes lots of learning, lots of things to learn, and it is not the one time shot that we have to be very experienced, we have to be very expert about all these facts and fundamentals. It includes the appropriate material also. An effective concise message should remove inappropriate statements, yes, and long introductions should be avoided, unnecessary explanations should be avoided, that should be clear and crystal in the form. Then next is we have to avoid all needless repetitions. This I have already given you, that a concise communication saves time and expense for both the sender and the receiver. Hence, we should avoid the needless repetitions as much as we can. So, that is the another important concern. Next important C is in the effective communication, that is the concreteness. Yes, it means being specific and definite in describing the things. So, you should be particular and specific while you are describing the things to communicate with other people, either in the organization or somewhere else in the group, etc. So, it should not be vague and general. Okay. So, use specific facts and figures to make your message more concrete. Yes, that is important, that we have to use specific facts and figures to make our message more concrete, and effective communication should use the direct and common words to use. For example, whenever you are filing an application form, there is one column given about the gender, whether the male or the female. So, instead of writing the masculine or feminine, they have used the words male and female, that is the concreteness. Okay. So, instead of using masculine, the word male is used for the job description and filing the application on the application form. That is the example in the case of concreteness. Then another effective C of communication is the correctness. Yes, correctness means the facts and figures presented in the communication should be accurate. Yeah, that value should be accurate, whatever facts and figures we are producing, and we are communicating to our boss also. And we have to ensure and double check the facts which we are producing in our communication. For example, taking the example of email, whenever we are doing a mail to our immediate boss, it is very important that we have to double and thrice check the every statement and the every spelling and the grammar, punctuation marks, etc. That gives the more values and weightage to our communication to our email, and email is one of the channel of communication nowadays. Okay. So, that is important, correctness is important in every aspect. We should not be in a hurry to send the email. Once we are satisfied in every aspect, then we can think of that our message is correct and facts and figures are correct. Okay. That is another concern in the effective communication. Yes, the courtesy, the last but not the least is the courtesy. The effective communication demands the courtesy also, that brings the politeness in your language, that how you are speaking to others, right, and how you are getting out the respect and concern for others. That is important in the communication, right. For example, when you are calling to the any customer care service, right, how politely they are speaking to you, how courtesy they are giving to you. In the similar way, when you are you are visiting to any showroom, right, and the sales people are greeting you in a very well behaved manner. Okay, they are giving the answers of your every query, they are not irritated, right. So, these are the courtesy factors in the communication. So, we have to use the insertions of like the please, thank you. Okay. These are the things which gives the values in case of politeness. And the courtesy demands that the message should be respectful, thoughtful and appreciable. Yes. When anyone did very good things for you, then you must appreciate him or her. That is the important factor in the communication. And I hope you can check out your self assessment by doing these exercises of yourself, that explain the term conciseness, what does the courtesy implies, what is the meaning of correctness in communication. So, you can self check about yourself after this lecture also. And for the references, you can go for these two books, this Chaturvedi PD, Chaturvedi Mukesh, Business Communication Concepts, Cases and Applications, 2nd edition, Pearson, and Srijin Kushal, Business Communication by VK Publication. Thanks, and in the very next lecture, we will be discussing more about the communication and the business communication.